One topic that you should be discussing at this point is vendor selection. The companies that will provide things like party favors, flowers, and so on. How's our client doing in that area? As vendor selections are made, we would like you to enter their names and contact information into the vendor selection area of the Bell Tower Customer Hub. This simple step dramatically enhances our ability to deliver an excellent event for you. It's always a good idea for the venue to have the vendor's contact information. For one thing, it allows us to maintain ongoing communication with the vendors. We've put together some information that you or the client can share with the vendors, including the link to our load-in and setup policies, but we will still need to be able to reach them with additional details. We send them messages about parking, arrival times, insurance requirements, and other specifics about working with us. If you have any difficulties entering vendors into the Customer Hub, let us know right away so we can help you. One thing that's often overlooked during the vendor research process is our upgrades program. By using items we have on hand at the Bell Tower on 34th, clients can save both time and money. In most cases, our upgrades are available for well below going market prices. They include our photo booth, column lighting, microphones, candles, chargers, lanterns, and many other items, even a baby grand piano. You can find a link to a complete list of our upgrade options in our resources section, or go directly to thebelltoweron34th.com/upgrades. Now that we're approaching the 4-month mark, the client should have completed or at least scheduled their tasting. Doing this plays a big part in keeping event planning moving. Please don't allow the client to put this off. Tastings must be scheduled no later than 45 days before the event, but that's really too late. Tasting dates and times are very limited, and tastings are not offered in December. The tasting should be scheduled inside the Bell Tower Customer Hub. If you are having any problems using the hub, or if the client is, please contact the event producer or our customer service department. We can guide you through the process or help you get logged in if you lost your password. We're just there to help. This is a good time to talk with our client about invitations too. We'll want to see a sample invitation before they're printed, so we can ensure that the details on the invitation and menu card line up with what's in our agreement. Basically, we make sure start times and menu items match so we won't have any problems on the event day. While we're talking about invitations, I'd like to point out a less than helpful practice we've encountered. Clients hoping to prevent late arrivals have been known to tell guests to arrive 30 minutes before the event's actual start time. And that's not a good idea, because people arrive while our team is still setting up the event, and they expect service, which pulls staff members in multiple directions. Ultimately, putting the wrong time on invitations undermines our efforts to deliver an excellent event. It sets us up for failure. Let's talk about the final details meeting, which should be held 4 to 6 weeks before the event. Now's the time to schedule it, at least tentatively. As the name suggests, this meeting is not a time for decision making, it's a time for confirming decisions the client has already made and developing a strategy for incorporating them into an excellent event. Preparing for the final details meeting gives the client a goal to work toward, and our operations team has the information they need to ensure a successful event. That includes the client's timeline, floor plan, and menu. The reason we schedule the final details meeting 4 to 6 weeks in advance is this. When clients wait until the last minute to give us key elements like menus, floor plans, and timelines, they almost always inject stress and unpleasant surprises into their event. So don't wait for the last minute. Because the final details meeting is so important, we've prepared a separate video on this topic, how to hold a final details meeting, that you can find in the resources section. The helpful video includes a questionnaire that the client might want to use. As you discuss these matters with the client, Please point out that we are approaching a critical point in the contract. Once we're within 120 days of an event, the event cannot be rescheduled or canceled. And as I've said, there are no refunds. The sooner the client does their research, the better able they are to make important decisions and tweak their event plans. And, of course, they should be taking steps now to protect themselves with event postponement and cancellation insurance, which covers the client if weather or an emergency interferes with their big day. While the bell tower on 34th does not endorse any insurance provider in particular, we strongly encourage our clients to buy a policy and protect themselves from financial loss. Why is this so important? The bell tower on 34th does not provide refunds under any circumstances. It's in the client contract. So if something happens to force the client to postpone or cancel their event, such as they broke up, insurance is the client's only means of restoring the money they've paid up to that point. Too many clients have come to me after they've had to cancel an event, distraught about the money they've lost. At that point, all we can do is remind them that they acknowledged our no refund policy with a signature on our contract, and they also initial that paragraph, and that they acknowledged the insurance information that we provided. In every case, the client simply didn't take the time to get coverage. We hope that as someone looking out for the client's best interest, you'll encourage them to get this insurance. You can find a few providers in our resources section, or, of course, you can find and recommend another insurance company altogether. Because we believe so strongly in the value of postponement and cancellation insurance, we've created a program to make it affordable for the client. After they purchase their insurance and show us their receipt and policy number, we'll credit their master account with us for the full cost of the premium up to $400. So the client pays very little, and signing up almost always is a quick, simple process that can be done online.